Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's B from Kongs Are Us, and welcome to The Next Level. This is my weekly podcast show where I bring you next level guests, things, projects, things that I'm excited about. And I know I teased earlier the last week that I would have a special guest, Tom Graff, and we were going to talk about pinball today. Today was the day I was like, hey, let's talk about pinball. But I have to postpone. So he's going to be on the show next week, but it'll be give me time to pick up my full-size pinball cap. So just a sneak peek for those that wants to follow along what's happening for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, Friday, I will be going to Captain's Auctions Warehouse and picking up my Star Wars Stern pinball machine in the afternoon, and we'll be streaming live from there. So check it out tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, next week we'll bring on Tom and talk about his amazing arcade and a couple other guests that I've been wanting to show you guys some next level arcades. So thank you guys so much for showing up in chat today. Bill Wright is here. A-Tran Fanatic is here. Bobby Broadway, Brad O'Connell. Thank you so much. To Die For, Mods. I appreciate everybody that's here checking it out. And today we're going to talk about hacking Arcade1up PCBs, or what I consider a hack, because if you are doing any sort of modification to these PCBs where you have to get in there into the command line prompt and get stuff working, I think it's a hack. So in long story short, these Arcade1up Marvel vs. Capcom cabs have been online enabled, and we've been wanting to stream coverage of it because FightersEVO, my good buddies Blazt the Speakers and RevV have been doing amazing tournament coverage of Marvel versus Capcom, Marvel versus Street Fighter, and X-Men versus Street Fighter. And in the past, we couldn't do it well. But lo and behold, a really genius of a guy named Rob2D came up and really changed the game for us. And so this past weekend was the first time I felt like we were able to really do great tournament coverage. So I'm going to bring them on, talk about their experience about even doing coverage for the Arcade1up tournament. So you guys are going to hear from some experts in the fighting game community, some guys, my good friends from FightersEVO. Some of them have been engaged in the stream. You've seen them, Blazt the Speakers, RevV, but I'm really excited to talk to Rob2D. So first guest I'm going to bring on is the man that I consider as the head of FightersEVO, the one, the only, Blazt the Speakers. What's going on, Blazt?
What's going on, Kong? Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. It's always an honor to be here with you. What's going on, everybody? Time to turn up that volume. Blast those speakers.
Blast those speakers. So Blazt is one part of FightersEVO that does a lot of the organization of these tournaments, and you've also had lots of plans to continue doing great content on the FightersEVO site with tutorials and things. So I'll ask you a little bit later, but there's more to FightersEVO than just tournaments and things. You know, first off, quickly for people that don't know, what's FightersEVO in like 30 seconds?
So FightersEVO is okay, FightersEVO was more about combo video and materials that we would show off of like what's possible in game, if you will, years ago. What we're doing now with FightersEVO is a whole different brand. We're looking to make FightersEVO into an actual network, a fighting game network that will be streaming different shows, different things. So I myself, I came out earlier and I was like, oh guys, I'm going to do tutorials and whatnot. So one of the things I'll be doing is as opposed to actually creating those videos, I'll actually be streaming them live.
So
that's one of the things that I'm
that's
going
exciting, bro.
Doing. But my focus is to get Rev going first, which we have established. We have Put Your Quarters on the Glass. It's a show. It's every Friday night. You guys got to come check that out. Rev's coming in next. And the next show we're also working on, and this is all behind the scenes, is with a good buddy of ours. Kong knows him well, Webhead.
Mr. Webhead,
so
that's
once
right.
Webhead's all established, then I'm going to start working on myself. But the ultimate goal is to get all these things going. Now, the other thing that we have to give a huge shout out to this man behind it that you're going to meet today, Rob2D. Without Rob2D, none of this would be possible with regards to the HD quality that we are able to get from the Arcade1up.
Yeah,
that's something that we have been seeking, something that we have been trying to achieve for some time, many of us. But this man made it possible. And I have to say, he damaged his arcade cab doing so.
It's all for
That's how
science,
much
Blast.
he did it, but the man succeeded. The man
It's all for
succeeded.
science. All right,
Sorry, I know it's a little bit more than 30 seconds. My apologies.
No, good. We're gonna bring on the next guy who you mentioned, Rev5, Mr. Put Your Quarters on the Glass himself. Rev, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, Kong. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I like your shirt, man. First and foremost, man, representing repping that LA flavor. You're not in LA anymore, but yeah, I mean, a little
Born
tough
and raised,
season.
man.
Yeah.
Born and raised. I love it.
Yes, let's go Lakers. But hey, I have somebody in the chat that's asking you about something. He's putting you on blast right now. He said, "Whatever happened to the MBSX showcase?"
Oh, you know what? So
all right. So for those that know, Rev5 won the contest. He's a Kuma Rev. Go ahead.
Let me explain. Let me be the one to explain.
What had happened was
Mr. To Die For. Mr. To Die For. What happened is that I have taken up all of this man's time into getting the thing for Fighters Evolution done, and I apologize. But we have discussed, and he has actually says, "Hey, Blast, can you please help me make this video happen?" And I said, "Yes, we will get to it. We will get to it." And that's my apologies because we've been postponing. But
no worries.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, good. So Bobby, it's coming. It's coming.
It's in an early rough beta test right now version of it. It's rough. I've seen it. I put it together, but it doesn't have that flavor that Blast brings to the speakers. You know what I mean?
Bro, you should show it though. Show it off like right now. Just point the camera to it or something.
It's behind me. It's a whole thing, guys.
Man.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. We'll do something else where we can. I mean, we could even just live stream you like talking about it at some point too. You just make it casual, make it easy. I know you can talk out your ass, Rev. So I mean, just put your porters on the glass, and then just put it behind you while you're putting a thing. But we'll make it happen. So this guy's impatient. I know Bobby. He's like, "Where's that showcase?" I'm like, "It's coming, bro. Don't worry. They got good work going on." So
good quality, good things are worth waiting for. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, Transphonetics says you're like Dr. Claus, still looking at the back of the chair. So if you want to see what Blast looks like, because I've never seen him before, you might want to check out tomorrow's tournament because he might be doing a final reveal. So
somewhat of a reveal.
We'll
see. You'll actually get the reveal.
Okay. All right. Blast likes to tease everybody. All right. So again, these are the guys that are part of FightersEVO as well as Webhead, and these guys have welcomed me to help out as much as I can, and I've loved connecting with you guys. But let's talk about Rob2D and what he's done for a minute, because
the man, the myth, the legend.
So let me, before I bring Rob on, let me show you some of the quality of the streams we were doing in the past. So I'm going to show you guys some early coverage of Put Your Quarters in the Glass that Rev is doing and how we used to do coverage of this. So check this out. All right, so this is a video. Rev, talk us what we're walking through right now. What are we looking at?
Yeah, you're seeing an iPhone Pro set up on a gooseneck phone holder at 4 a.m. No sleep on a Saturday. Watching,
wasn't that Storm Queen?
Queen talk trash, and just calling it out. Like I said, you know what? Let's throw shit on the wall, see what sticks. And this is one of the craziest videos out there. So if anybody watches it, I apologize. There was no rational person left in my head at this point in the night. It was pure chaos, and it was anarchy coming out of my mouth. But it was a fun time. That's how we used to do it. You see, if you notice, like literally, you can see the sides of the cabinet, the underneath bezel of the cabinet. It's me standing next to my phone calling a match, like a proud parent at a soccer game.
And if you guys haven't heard, let's listen to Rev's commentary for like 30 seconds so you can get a flavor of Put Your Quarters in the Glass.
Slowly turning into the guy from Coming to America, Sexual Chocolate, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Good, killing Storm Queen, saying, "Bitch, get back in the corner." Coming out with Rogue.
It's an R rating, everyone. R rating.
Missing the infinite, trying to dive on it. This Storm Queen is a nasty motherfucker. She is a bad bitch, holding it down.
Sorry,
into Discord,
if my nephews are watching, like I'm so sorry right now.
No problem. Calling out Eddie Good.
I got to close that down because my nephews are actually said they might be watching. So Put Your Quarters on the Glass is definitely your NC-17 rating, but it is the most entertaining play calling I've ever heard, and is way entertaining. So I mean, your average gamer is here laughing his ass off, but it's that flavor that Rev brings. So he's talented. Watch a match or two. Even if you know nothing about the game, he will call it. Not only just that, but he explains things. He's like, Wolverine has 50% life. He could do this. Like the insight he brings to the game, it's not just the flavor that he brings to it, but he has deep knowledge of the game because he can kick ass. He's kicked my ass plenty of times. So I think I learned every time I watched from him too. So if you're a fan of fighting games, definitely check out Put Your Quarters on the Glass. You're doing it, what, every Friday night? Is that your normal time?
Yeah, I try to go from 10 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Western. That seems to be a prime time for some of the best players out there on a Friday night.
Yeah, Pacific. All right. That sounds about right. So cool. Get on there if you want to get in some action, or if you just want to watch the action. I mean, that's been the best part about this Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men cabs, is that you can watch people play. Like, it's like going to the arcade and watching the best players and just standing behind them. You don't need to put your quarters in the glass. You can just see awesome players. And so that's really cool aspect of it. So I'm gonna take off this old ancient screen. I'm gonna bring on our guest of honor and showcase what has been possible. So let's bring him on. Finally, Mr. Rob2D. What's going on, Rob?
Hey guys, how's it going?
There he is.
Kong, thank you so much for having me on, man. This is the first time I've done anything like this, but I'm glad I'm doing it with you guys, because it's, I like all of you guys. I can't say anything,
we love you, Rob.
Negative,
you, man.
Yeah.
Without you.
He is the professor of this X-Men team. I'm telling you, this guy is the genius that brings it together.
He is the master hacker. No, no. I'm joking, of course.
The hacker man memes.
He will actually explain that it's not really a hack. Isn't that right, Rob?
It's true though. Like it's technically not a hack. The way that we got the HDMI out, I'll get into it in a little bit, but it was actually just the Arcade1up is just an Android application in a way. At least these cabinets, there's other ones that are different, but it's case to case. So.
Yep.
So yeah, but what you're doing is essentially taking something that's not meant to run it, but you're still doing something else with it. It's a modification. You're doing something to it. So in terms of that, like for the lay person that's watching my streams, like this is definitely next level. And Blazt had asked me to bring you on at some point, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity not only to talk about the technology that you did, and we have some samples. So stay tuned later on, because I'm gonna challenge Rob2D to a match to see, how our skills test up. Have Rev call a match live, so you can see the quality of the stream, that we have a sample of it on the stream today too. So but we have some people in chat that's talking about like Rev's commentary being so great, it's worth it just for the commentary. To Die For's always bragging that he picked up a Marvel vs. Capcom cap for $100. So shut up, Bobby. Nobody can get caps for $100 except for you. But get on here and challenge folks. I know Bobby's actually waiting for the big blue cap, because Bobby's an awesome Street Fighter 2 player, like a regular Street Fighter 2 player. So he will kick some ass once that big blue comes out here. But before we get into it, I guess I have to ask you guys, because there's been a lot of Arcade1up news. Are you guys getting big blue? Rev, let me ask you first. Is that something you're gonna get?
Sold. Yeah? Take my money. Take my money.
Street Fighter 2, all those games, Darkstalkers. Are you Darkstalkers fan? Would you be all right on that, or would that?
Pretty much everything that uses a half quarter circle forward, I'm going to be a fan of.
Nice. Blast, what about you? Are you going to get big blue? Is that something that interests you?
I am definitely looking at that. Unfortunately, I don't have the space in the apartment that I live in.
That's a huge.
But and I think my girl will probably kill me. But yes, it's something I'm looking at. And if worst case scenario, there are PCBs out there, so we'll see.
Get in that big blue. Look at these folks. I think Mad Dads, To Die For, like these guys will definitely be in that lobby for that basic Street Fighter 2. What about Rob2D? You gonna get big blue?
I'm gonna have to say, like, I fell in love with these cabs, exploring them, but they have to take my money too. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna be on that. So, like, I love the stuff that Arcade1up's doing, and I'm gonna be buying that as soon as it drops. So,
absolutely. I have to say, when I played Rob once, without him even knowing it was me, I saw those Street Fighter 2 skills. So I know the man got
he is
skills.
very
and we've watched him play too.
Yeah, he plays footsies, and his throw game is very solid.
The thing about it is, I'm actually a Street Fighter 3 guy. I think with Street Fighter 2, there's a lot of glitches, and I'll get my ass like wrecked like immediately. Excuse my English, but yeah.
I've never played Rob2D yet on Marvel vs. Capcom, so I'm really excited.
He's good.
I think you did. No, you beat me really bad when I first got the cab. like I think I got a cab in February.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to my guy Zegas. He plays with us also, but he actually bought it for me at his store, and he held it for me for 2 months. But the warranty broke, so when my monitor broke, it was. But yeah,
that's what led you on the path to do this, right?
Yeah, it was just meant to be. You know, it was destiny.
I mean, Brad is saying that these cabs, these Arcade1ups, naturally don't come with HDMI out. So from people that want to do these types of streams and do gameplay on Arcade1up products, it's really hard to do this and showcase gameplay for any cab, right? You either have to use the Geek Worm to LVDS out, which I don't think anybody's super done successfully and consistently. So I think this is pioneering, at least for especially this live stuff, the one that is bringing people to watch. Like these matches are fantastic to watch live because there's so much drama that comes in a match, especially with Rev's commentary. So I think this is really cool that we're doing this. So I can't wait to see what you do with Big Blue. I hope it comes with HDMI out, but we know it's not. I mean,
if anybody asks before anything happens, I'm not doing anything, but maybe something will happen, you know? Because like even with the ones that we have now, I'm glad that Rev and Blazt can do this, and certain other people. I'll try to hook the people that can bring all the boys to the yard to watch our matches is like yourself also, Con. I hope you guys can stream everything. But Arcade1up can technically put an update out that just doesn't let you do that anymore. So it's just an FYI, you know, you can do that.
But this is the magician. I may be the man behind the curtain, but that man over there is the real magician. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So Rob, talk us through what that process was. So for folks that the traditional route to get HDMI output from a PCB board that we knew of was using something called a Geek Worm LVDS to HDMI adapter. Like that's what I was familiar with. The people that saw my Big Buck mod, that's what we were doing. We were taking the Arcade1up PCB using a device that converted the LVDS signal into an HDMI output that you can just plug into any monitor. It was super finicky. Some of the monitors and TVs that I tried didn't work. I had to use it for several different things. And it depends on the application you wanted to use it for. If you want a bigger monitor than what the stock Arcade1up is doing, you want to play stock Arcade1up PCB stuff on a larger screen or something else. But Rob, you said that you didn't try that. Like you heard about it, but you didn't go that route because you knew it didn't work. Or did you actually test it out?
I want to clarify just one thing real quick. Like huge props to yourself, to I think Sean
Watson. That's right. He's the guy.
Nintendo, like everybody who was working on this, because I was able to go even on the Reddit post and kind of like get a lot of knowledge
on this. I don't want to I'm sorry if I'm cutting in. I have to say, before anything, that was my original intent, was to stream from the cab, and I spent some money trying to get the Geek Worm going, and I tried a whole bunch of different things. I was unsuccessful. The Rob was the only one that was actually able to figure it out, and I dissected that cab. You guys know.
So yeah, and my goal was like, so when I finally got a cab in February, Rev was also already doing his commentary. I saw like it was like Undertaker died like every time someone was playing a match, and it was like, you know, the height of WCW or WWF. It wasn't just like watching a WWF match, and I was like, you know, that's dedication that they have the camcorder. And then Footy had like the two cabs, and I would watch that every Friday. And me and my friend Kareth is out there.
Shout out to Footy. Shout out to Footy.
That's right.
Shout out to Footy also, man. He's
here. He said, "What's good, Mad Dad?" Footy's there. He's watching. What's going on, Footy?
So just to start off with, like I wouldn't have even been excited or motivated to do anything. Like, you know, I know it's pretty autistic to do any of this stuff, but and I have nothing against that. I might be on that. I don't know, but it's just like I wouldn't have been motivated to even do that if there was no like community purpose.
Yeah, and I saw the Discord channel, because we like the Discord for the fighting channel, whatever, the online arcade that Footy set up. There's a lot of smack talk that happens, and people would say GG after games. Then in the middle of all that, I see Rob2D saying, "Blast speakers, I just set up everything else with this like cable, and I've been doing all this technical stuff." And I'm all like,
so in the
middle of the smack talk, it's Rob being all technical, trying to like, somebody pay attention to me that I did this amazing thing.
Well,
and, like,
it wasn't like pay attention. It was like I was just sharing because literally me and Blast were talking a little bit behind the scenes, and I was trying to get it in time for the tournament, and I felt like kind of rude, but like I was really just hoping someone else could chime in and just just give me that little piece, and sometimes I did get some clues that way. So
His footy is like, nope, over my head.
But Rob, you got to tell them what happened, because you were trying to get this not for the Marvel versus Street Fighter tournament that we've got going on now. You almost had it complete for the Marvel versus Capcom. Let's be real.
Yeah, I had it like a day after that, and I was struggling. I had no monitor at the time.
It was all on the DL. Like, I was talking to Rob behind the scenes, and nobody knew about this. But we were going back and forth, and Rob kept telling me, he's like, "Listen, I've got this, I've got that." I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense. Okay, maybe that would actually that may work." And then tell him what happened. Like, you blew out your cab.
Yeah.
And
so
all of that. Go ahead, bro.
I started off trying to see, just for some context, I've been a software developer for like I don't know, technically my whole life, but professionally for like 10 years, and I made an Android application and all this stuff, and I was really familiar with the internals, even though they've evolved a little bit. And I thought, if I could just get access to the damn Android menu, that'd be great. But then it never happened. So I ordered all these little parts. I tried these keyboard shortcuts, nothing worked. I ordered these parts, and I got this micro USB, this Chinese one, and it has like a power input. It's micro USB to HDMI. You guys might have seen that. Don't use that on your cab. Like, if you're at home watching, like, don't try that, because you're gonna blow out your screen. Like, I had like a white flash in the middle, and I was like, everything's fine. Okay, everything's working just great.
Oh, Rob, you gotta tell them we had talks. Like, I even told you, like, when I dissected everything, I was like, yeah, no, I was able to do some stuff with a keyboard. I was even telling you.
Yeah. But I kind of gave up on it, and but then I blew my monitor out doing other stuff. So then it was sort of like but right before that, I had kind of figured out this Android shortcut to get the USB debugging, which it's like so there's this thing where you can actually connect it to your computer, and you can communicate through this interface where you can do a lot of standard stuff, and it's on every single device. It's on my cell phone. It's on Google TV. So it's been there since 2010 or something like that. It's just accessing it. So for some reason, Arcade1up left a calendar application in it, I think for their own uses to troubleshoot and stuff. And through that, I was able to get the menu. And once I could get to USB debug, I had access to everything. But then I blew my monitor out. So I'm there like, oh, I finally got USB access. I was finally about to make some progress and try some things. And now I literally can't see my screen. I can't even turn it on. And like, that was after I got knocked out of the tournament, like towards the end.
He's like, I can work on this now.
Yeah, but the thing is, I got kind of lucky. I noticed that I was kind of able to connect sometimes and not other times, and I found that there was actually a method to communicate with your computer, with get the setup going right. And so while my monitor was not working, I started just exploring that, and I would try different things. And initially, the first thing I did was I was able to capture a video, and it was like a static video, and you can't see anything. I'm just like pressing the joystick, but I literally have no screen. So I would see a file that I would take on my computer, and I'd be like, well, I just saw a screen of a recording, even though the monitor doesn't work. So that was a relief, because my cab didn't blow out, right? So,
Step one, right?
Step one was solved. Yeah. So step two, I was just trying like everything possible. I did like the casting, Google casting, and it was just horrible. And I kind of documented all this stuff along the way. I have this YouTube channel. I've been trying to get better at presenting that. But if you guys check out The Code Always Wins, you'll see like each step that I'm talking about here as I figured it out. So when I finally found out that you could screen mirror, but I hadn't actually solved it completely. But Blazt is like, so Blazt, he's with us here. So I'm talking like I'm in third person, but shout out to you again, because he saw that I blew up my arcade cabinet, and I just kind of got it. And I was like, damn, this really sucks. I couldn't find a monitor at the time, and he set up a GoFundMe. It was like, I was like, dude, don't do it, man. It's fine. I'm gonna figure it out. And
yeah, he did.
And
like, the guy went out of his way trying to make it happen for us, and I felt like, damn. I'm like, we got to do something to get him up and going, like, because he went out of his way trying to get a live stream for us, like an HDI out. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, HDMI out. And it couldn't work, and he blew up his cab. So it was like, come on, we got to do something. So even though he said, no, don't worry about it, I went ahead and I just did it. And I know a lot of people here in this chat actually contributed as well. So thank you to those people that did contribute to Rob, because he not only got the cab going, look at what he did. He actually did make it happen. We do have the HDMI out.
And I didn't want to, didn't want to interrupt you, but thank you guys. Also, just like Blazt his Mother Teresa for setting that up. And that kind of touched me, because I've never had anybody do anything like that. I didn't expect it, and I was just trying to help get the WCW announcements on my games. I'm just doing it for selfish reasons, and everybody that contributed, that was it blew my mind, and I just was like, dude, this is the best community, man.
We have a great community. What he put together,
and even the people that didn't, just the camaraderie, the type of people there, just it kind of touched me. So I just had to keep going, so still here.
Yeah, the community is awesome, and we know that you put a lot of sacrifice into it, and we wanted to get you back. So, for kind of sake of time, just to kind of as we can, because for me, I'm like, this is genius, this is hacking PCBs and whatnot, and that was my title of my stream. So, would you document this on your channel? The code always wins. Is this something that's repeatable for somebody else that wants to do it? So let's talk about Arcade1up Marvel vs. Capcom first, and then I'm going to ask you about other cabs. So is this something that you can repeat that you've done a tutorial for?
Absolutely. This is repeatable, and with a caveat, it's repeatable today, and it has been for the last few months. Any day it can change, but anyone can do it. It requires a few special cables. You need there's this Chinese adapter. It's called the Rank chip. Well, that's one of them. There's these USB to HDMI streaming devices, and Congress, if you would like to put links in your video where people, I'm completely cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sharing. And
give me the
special. Yeah, you also need a special USB cable. Besides that, you just have to kind of go into the menu, and you might have to get into command line with your computer. But I'm writing an application to make that really seamless. It's just finding the time to do that. On the PC, you would have an interface.
Only at I literally always wins YouTube.
Yeah, it's where the name of my channel is, because I'm actually the code always wins. It's because I'm a software developer. It just kind of got sidetracked, and I'm writing an application to do that. It's just all these other problems that were in the way before that. So it's going to be accessible.
I have taken much up a lot of this man's time. I admit to it. I admit that I have taken a lot of this man's time.
It's always your fault, Blazt. I mean, you're sucking up everybody's time.
I get blamed for all kinds of stuff, guys. You know that.
All right, Rob, let me ask you about this. So all the Arcade1up modern ones that have come out so far do have a micro USB port for updates or other things that really have gone unused for the majority of cabs. Do you see, I know that you haven't tested, do you think this would be replicable, repeatable for other cabs too that wanted to stream?
So, I can't definitively say it is. On this cabinet here, it's a really particular case, because I know that Buck Hunter doesn't even run on Android, from what I know. And then there's another cabinet which runs on Android, I think the NBA Jam one, but their entire team and their entire application, everything that they're doing with the cab internally is different. It's really bizarre. I think they have multiple teams.
Yeah.
So the things that you do on one of them aren't applicable, but it is on X-Men versus Street Fighter. Yeah, it is on X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel versus Capcom.
At least that PCB setup that you've done. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get my hands on other ones soon. It's just.
Are you still connected with Sean Watson? Because I know he's been really looking into the later generations of the Geek Worms and stuff. Have you stayed connected with him on doing additional outputs for stuff, or are you satisfied now that you've finally conquered this hill? Do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on?
So I actually I really respect what Sean Watson does, and I go to the Discord over there, and it's really useful information. But I haven't talked to him directly quite yet, outside of that. But yeah, I am working on several things. I can actually show you guys something completely different here today if you want.
Let's do
I'm
it.
cool with that. It's something I'm still working on it. I'm going to streamline it so that everyone can do it at some point, and hopefully, God willing, that everything just works out in the long run, so they don't block us from doing that. But
let's do it.
Yeah.
The only thing we have going on in chat is like To Die For, UAG, and Mad Dad's Gaming just trying to talk some smack to each other. So they all think they're gonna kick each other's ass in Street Fighter 2, but as soon as you get on the cab, Blazt and Rev and Rob are gonna come for you.
I have to point out some comments that I did read. I saw some people saying that they don't know how to play fighting games and all that. I'm going to say, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. It's not about that. Yeah. Get out there, just play, have fun. It's all about having fun at the end of the day. Please, I get my ass kicked too sometimes. I've had these red ranks coming out now, these ninjas and these Eddie Goods and these salmons and these just riches, like what the hell, and these Morphuses, like what the hell's going on out there? But you know what? It's not about that. As long as you out there having fun, just have fun, play the game, no matter if you suck or not. I heard that footy. You're getting better. Don't give me that you suck. I've seen you progress. Okay.
I've seen it too. He's getting a lot better, man. Footy,
exactly.
You beat me in X-Men vs. Street Fighter like a few rounds. You know,
we are regular. We are regular people. You're average gamer. He's like, we talking about playing with regular people.
Yeah,
but I will be making those tutorials one day, so that should help a little bit. All
right, Rob, the floor is yours. You are highlighted, so show us what you got, and then we're gonna head over to the matchup, and then see if we can show you guys what we've been talking about. Some actual live, high quality H2O. Streaming from commentary with RevV.
So first off, I just want to show you guys. I've actually built a portable using the Geekworm 1.5. It's probably pretty ghetto, but it's just a box, and I literally had like.
This is what you can take with you, so you don't have to take the whole cab next
time. I want to go. I wanted to play the tournament in my living room, but like actually, I did something really dumb right before that. But everything works pretty well, except I didn't wire the start button yet, or the power button. The start button's on the right here because you need that to play. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that. So I just turned it on. Hopefully everything is good. And so I'm using the Geekworm 1.5 that we were just talking about to get this thing started here.
I got a question. After you show it off, like you're playing it and stuff, maybe you can bring it closer to the camera so that everybody could get a better look at that. Because I have seen it up close, even before you painted it, and it looked amazing before you painted it too.
The box.
It looked way better before that. I could
dig up the picture, and if we could maybe get that into the actual stream, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I apologize, guys, for the awkwardness of this. It's just the first time I've streamed, and
it's all good. You're doing great, Rob2D. We're gonna look. This is good content. This is how I do it. We love to bring on talented folk. And oh wow, what is that? Is that a custom splash screen?
So you guys saw that I just loaded like the Arcade1up, right? And I'm just we have time, Kong, like to do this? Or
yeah, dude. This is your show, man. You're the guest of honor.
Star.
Well, so this was actually made for Rev for your WCW streams. I love them, so it's the least I can do. Is that PCB that you sent me? I did the things that I've been working on with it, so that's what we're gonna see. So it's just loading a regular. It's actually Android, and this is like the boot up script that they have internally, and let me just.
Guys, for those of you watching on Kong, I know this will be a good association. Like we were sitting in a situation where the Enterprise was sitting stranded in space, no energies to the nacelles. Scotty, known as Rob2D, was the only help. Kong reached down. Blazt was down on the streets. I had yelled at him, "I need power!" And Rob2D came through like a champ.
Yes,
that's a great analogy.
I love it.
Best analogy.
The legendary commentary. I love it. I love it.
So I just got that a little bit less awkward there. So I actually tried to make this as intuitive as possible. It's like an Android launcher when you start it up, and this is actually a custom application. I didn't modify Arcade1up stuff at all. Like I didn't touch their IP. I don't want to go there. I probably already went far enough, but I have. Sure. Feel free to ask.
I was asking, like, what are we looking at? Like, you're gonna explain it right now, but this is the home screen of something, and you're gonna launch into several different applications.
Yeah. So this is the home screen. You see, I'm using my joystick. I don't have to do anything else.
Okay.
And I apologize if it's like a little bit hard to see. But
no, it looks great.
You can control it because the joystick is actually wired like a regular Android keyboard, I guess, or something. You can actually just use it like an Android application. So I created like a way to, I just was kind of iterating on this end. I try to make it look like nice for the guys at FightersEVO that we're here with, great guys. But yeah, one problem with the launcher, once you can start it up, but you can't exit it yet. And that's just because I haven't had time to work on that. But we can also play other games besides the Arcade1up. So since we're going to play some like online, we're going to play an online match. I'll show you guys an emulator. I'll show you guys a few things.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the hacking PCB thing. I knew there was gold in here somewhere. So.
I have to show this off. I don't know. Here we go. Wow.
I haven't used it in a long time.
Sorry. I don't know if this is a good picture. Take a look. This is what I was able to snag from our chats. I know it's a little messy. My bad, but this is the customization that he was able to put together before he painted it.
Nice, nice little one box. That's the controller box.
So I bought the box for like $12 or $13 or something, and then I just kind of like I went to the hardware store, and I wish I had more light here, but I had thought a little bit earlier. I didn't even know I was going to show you guys this much, but hey, why not? So
modding.
You can see the Arcade1up in here. You can see all the parts. I have a Geek Pie underneath.
Nice.
I just wanted to get it done. It's like not as beautiful as something you'd make, Kong, or like To Die. It's no To Die For. It's not To Die For. That's for sure.
It's next level, man. It deserves
like
to be on the show.
To Die For shit is like on an acute language. When I get excited, it's just a sailor thing. So and actually, this is actually just plywood.
Okay.
The hardware store was closing on Friday night, and the tournament was the next day, for some context. And they only had some garbage plywood, and all I had was a knife and the little drill that we use for the Sanwa buttons. So it was just like kind of like wired that way. And then I realized, how do I close the joystick, because the top is really cheap?
Yeah.
I just kind of shoved it in there because it's plywood, and put these
the hinges
rails here, so that you can actually close it over without actually so the gravity would keep it up.
So the entire thing that you're running on that monitor is coming from that box. So you have the PCB, the controls, and everything. Damn, so it's super portable.
Yeah, I'm going to show, and I actually have something better than that in terms of portability.
Put down $500 or something.
Yeah, you guys have too many toys.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys something that, and part of this is thanks to that GoFundMe, because I try to buy Rev and Blazt the parts to stream and everything, but then it was like, well, I wasn't.
He supplied me with those parts, guys. I
wasn't expecting to have money, so I was like, shit, man, I'm not used to this. I'm just gonna all right, I was doing that anyway, so buying a new cap, So I have this small portable, and I actually was doing a lot of research, and this portable works with the Geek Pie V
portable screen. Yes, nice.
And I've actually wired it with audio. I know you mentioned that on last week's stream. I think I was listening to it today, Con. But I actually did use an audio adapter for that. I have the pieces all in this little thing.
So you made a super portable setup. That's nice.
Yeah. So I actually am going to put a video up also this weekend. I have it pretty much. I'm not going to edit this one. It's just
do it.
Fun to do it.
The code always wins is doing some serious stuff. So go back to the menu. So I need to know what you just clicked into. You are starting to load up a different emulator on an Arcade1up PCB. Is that what I heard?
So the thing is, I'm in RetroArch now. This is a standard Android application. I'm not doing anything fancy. It's not really.
It's okay. We can see it. Don't worry about it.
All right. I was thinking maybe I should focus it.
Yeah. No, it looks good.
That's better. That's better.
You guys can see the text and stuff, right? So I can load any console or anything. Yeah. And I'm going to show you guys. I had a scratch in this monitor. I didn't notice that. I must have done that today. But I'm going to run Street Fighter 3. And shout outs to Doobie. Doobie helped me to test a lot of this stuff because I had no time to do anything. And this has just been out of work. Even today I had to fix some stuff in my house before the stream. And Doobie was like, dude, I just tried this ROM and this thing works. And the guy's really awesome. He's a great person too. So
all right, so for folks that are just watching right now, you are running Street Fighter 2 on the Arcade1up. Street Fighter 3 on the Arcade1up hardware. Is that what I just remember?
Street Fighter.
It's running perfectly. The thing is, I didn't plug in the audio
without actually using a Raspberry Pi or anything like that.
No Raspberry Pi. It's just the PCB. I'm gonna sound like ETA with that tone. I like that guy.
Here's the best part. Hey, Rob, can that Third Strike portable Arcade1up X-Men versus Street Fighter PCB go online with Street Fighter Third Strike?
It can, but actually, tell him. No, tell him. You can go into a room right now. Like if somebody has Android and they have this application, if anybody's watching the stream and you do, you can go into a room and literally play this right now.
Because you can do RetroArch has the online play, right? Is that what you really do it through?
Yes,
right.
And you can go into a room, and me and Doobie actually played Street Fighter Alpha 2 with no issues. The thing is that he was using Wi-Fi. Yeah, we were playing it perfectly. And
look at these comments. Like, this is insane. Street Fighter 3 is insane. This is crazy. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. People that are watching for the first time, we just got here. This is the stock Arcade1up hardware that is running a version of RetroArch Android that he totally like repurposed and hacked, and the sky's the limit. Like, this is an emulator and a ROM at this point, right?
Pretty much. It's
no less.
You can run everything. I can show you guys a little bit more if you want.
It's portable enough to fit inside a backpack and go on an airplane with you.
Yeah.
I don't know about a backpack because you might mess up your joystick.
Arcade1up is taking notes. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
But you can,
you can hire Rob. Honestly, they should hire Rob.
So
working over there.
Yeah, I didn't want to show. I was like, should I show this? And I was like, you know what? It's gonna take me long enough to like tell people. So it's better. Might as well do it on this channel.
At least you'll get some like more people checking it out, because I want to definitely promote the code always wins. If you want to figure out how to do this, this is next level. This is stuff where you have you kept all the same functionality, so you can still play the original Arcade1up stuff, right? Correct. On that,
and I didn't touch their software. There might be some people that are concerned that, hey, aren't you going to have to like mess with the arcade itself? And no, you actually don't do anything. And Android actually is pretty efficient with its background processes.
Yeah.
So once you're running the arcade software again, you won't have any issues. And I'll show you guys soon. I haven't done this in a while. So this one is for Doobie. I just want to show you guys one more for Doobie. This is SNK versus Capcom. SNK v Capcom Chaos. It starts off like a little bit weird. I had it running the other day. This might actually be a different ROM.
And yes, Squeaky Cheese was asking, is this an X-Men versus Street Fighter PCB or Marvel versus Capcom?
X-Men.
The X-Men one? Okay.
I have to check because I have two. I have both of them. And I honestly forget.
Well,
it's the same, right? It's the same setup for both of them. Essentially,
it's the same
hardware.
For both
same hardware.
Yeah, there's nothing. Well, they are different software-wise, but the PCB and everything.
Guys, look at that! Look at that name there. That was. I hope you saw what game he's loading.
Well, I had it loaded before, but I didn't actually plan to do this today. I didn't know how this stream would go. I figured I'd just wing it. You know what I mean? And
it's so cool. I'm so
like,
excited. Keep going.
You guys put me in front of it, and it's like, and actually, I think this is an older version of RetroArch, but I was running a lot. I'm just gonna run stuff that I know 100% doesn't have issues. So, and you can see I didn't run that much on this one. I think I played this one.
So what's the memory on that? Like in terms of hard drive space,
storage,
like, right? Is
storage,
storage space? Yeah.
It's got 8 gigabytes, and Arcade1up uses about 4.5. But I really wouldn't recommend. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to do. Like.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend filling it up. Like, I wouldn't put Dreamcast games on it because it's not. It'll start to run slower. And what if Arcade1up like updates their stuff? Like, you definitely want to step out of the way for whatever.
Yeah.
Even if unfortunately it's prevent us from doing some stuff, but today you can do it. So I figure I might as well show you guys.
Is Alpha 2?
Yep. And the thing is, like, there's no delay or anything. I was playing Street Fighter 3, and I can't talk and play. I'm not experienced like you guys, but
you do all right,
man. You guys are just better than me because like Rev was playing me during the tournament, but I could do like parries in Street Fighter 3, like no issues because I could parry like 50% of the time.
Birdie looks like he's GOAT.
Yeah.
And
Rob,
just
confirm with me. Not only can you do this, but you could also HDMI out with this too, right? You
could, yes. And I actually set that up on this portable as well. And I'm using the Geek Worm, so that actually is already HDMI out. It's just like it's not the universal method.
Yeah.
there are some caveats with the actual universal method, and that's just something really to be aware of. It's not for everybody that just wants to play online. Like, so if you're playing Marvel vs. Capcom, you can play it single player, no problem, but it gives you some ping, and it's like, because of this wire that I'm using, it uses the network card internally. It's like a very non-standard USB debugging system.
So yeah, you can still play online with the original games. This is just kind of running a separate thing. But I love what your average gamer is saying right now. Rob2D is now hitting legendary status. I mean, look at you. You got a lot of people that are fans now, Rob.
I had a lot of help. I had these guys here, Doobie, everybody at the stream. Like I would have never. This thing took a lot of time, and you know, my girlfriend was telling you she's probably stressed out about it. But I wouldn't have kept going if it wasn't for the people that are here. So, you know, otherwise I would have just turned my computer on.
You have another Rob that says your new name should be Mr. Wizard, and I agree, right? We got to come up with a good nickname. But Rob2D is a cool name too, though. What does Rob2D mean, by the way? I'm curious. Like, where did that come from?
So when I was young, actually in 8th grade, I used to make video games, and I just really liked 2D games. So yeah, and I right now it's funny. I'm working with this guy, Ed, and we used to like make games really, really young, and during lunchtime, like I made this game called Mega Man versus Proto Man, and we always used to just go to the computer, and the teacher would have to get us off, and I'd kind of iterate, and it looked terrible. It's a terrible game. Little kids, they don't make professional games, but like yeah, I just always liked 2D fighting games. So Rob,
nice.
I'm not like a Tekken guy. I'm more like a Street Fighter guy.
Down underground.
We are underground, man. This is next level ish. All right, so we got 10 minutes left in our stream. I still want to fight Rob because we haven't even shown yet because this is amazing. This is the hacking side of it, but you know what this allowed us to do. What the end goal of it was to really output to HDMI, which Rev has his screen set up right now with an HDMI out to his PC, so we can do a test. Rob, any last things you want to show us with this? Because this is absolutely fantastic.
There's actually a lot of stuff that I've been working on, and I feel like there's not enough time.
I got to bring you on another show. We will do a separate, once you have it all set up.
Code always wins, guys. Subscribe to that channel.
If you don't mind, I got a tiny channel right now. The quality's not great because I've been like working on just solving problems. But I'm gonna push it up there, and if you guys subscribe, you guys might see some interesting stuff. And Kong, thank you for letting me even say that.
Absolutely. I mean, someone is asking me how I think A1up will feel about this. I mean, they've been very quiet about a lot of this stuff, and we're not doing anything else that's really infringing on their IP stuff. So I mean, if anything, we're giving more visibility to the Arcade1up product. The quality that Rev and FightersEVO and Rob that we're doing is bringing the fighting game community to buy these, to participate in our tournaments by having Arcade1up. So I think it's only up from here. I don't think they're gonna.
We personally have gotten like at least 5 people in Footy's Discord just coming in there and telling us like, I'm buying a cab because we convinced them. One guy, Silent Ninja, did that. He said, I'm better than all you guys on Arcade1up, and then he beat our asses. So that was pretty cool.
I'll tell you this, a couple of things. One, Rob needs to be known as the future Arcade1up lead designer. That's what it should be known as. So, you know, Arcade1up, if you're watching this in any capacity, this is someone you need to hire in a capacity of a leadership position for your organization. He's a genius.
Hey, we have another guy from Unit. We have some Unico guys. Go ahead, Rev.
By the way. I was going to say, the other thing I want to point out, guys, is this guy has done this, you know, self-sacrificing, right? Like this isn't, we're not getting paid. There's no profitizing this. There's no monetizing what we're doing. This is just for the love of it. And I really hope that those of you guys out there really give this guy the support and the love that he deserves, man, because Rob2D earned it.
You guys,
well said, Rev.
These guys are way too nice. Just want to say that. But yeah, I just did it because it's fun to do. So
Neo Severa here is from the Unico team, right? The guys that really helped out bring the MVSX to life. So he's here checking it out. But check it out, Neo Severa. We know that you do a lot of good work with Unico and everything that you've done for that community. But Rob2D is essentially playing games on the Arcade1up PCB. We did it. He did it. I'm saying we because I want to take credit for
we did it. Screw that. Like everybody can take credit. I didn't do it for the credit, right? Like I shouted out. But several people, dude, you're a big buck. So Kong put up a big buck hunter mod, and he tested like 6 monitors and Shane Watson put up like a bunch of them themselves. I can only imagine like that's really time intensive. So it really helped me as well because I wouldn't have had any clue that I could figure out how to get the HDMI stuff out in a different way. So
yeah. All right. So it's time to challenge. You ready? So here is the high quality stream. This is an HDMI out from a live cab right now. So Rev, these are people that are playing on the cab right now at the moment. So there's always people inside of the danger room that's happening. So I'm going to get on my cab right now. Rob2D is going to jump on. We're going to challenge each other and you get a taste of Rev's commentary, and then we'll end the stream with a preview of tomorrow night's tournament, which I hope people will check out because we have an amazing tournament finals happening. It's for Marvel versus Street Fighter, but I'm a Marvel versus Capcom player, so we're gonna play some Marvel versus Capcom. So Rob, you ready? Footy's in there. Man. Footy wants to play.
Rob2D, I'm ready for you, Kong. What room you guys want to set up?
Rev, I think you got. Okay, you're not mute. Okay, good.
All right, guys. I'm gonna wait for you guys here, and then once I see your room opened up, we'll go ahead and put some quarters on the glass.
Take them to the Waffle House.
I gotta just warn everybody watching. We got a lot of viewers out there. This may not be safe for work. I'm just letting you know.
R-rated.
I'm giving you fair warning right now.
17.
My mother did not.
I'm ranked 23 right now. What? All right, here we go.
Which team are we playing, by the way?
That's what's up. Kong, ranked 23. Congrats,
Kong's
man.
a beast.
Dang.
Kong's a beast. Anybody sleeping on Kong lately, his Spider-Man's going to put a foot in the ass, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that Spider-Man's been growing.
All right, Rob, I just started a room. 1 2 1 1 1 1 1.
This is
there
Marvel
it is, guys.
Capcom, or I'm checking.
Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom. Marvel versus Capcom.
All right.
Kong, are we playing one game? How many games are we playing?
Let's do an FT3. We got want to keep it pretty short. FT3. We'll do FT3.
First to three. All right, I'm giving you guys 100% here. 100% of Waffle House cooking it up. Kong's locked in. He's cast that color. He went to the machine. He's waiting.
I'm a gold rank, guys. For people that have been following me along, like it took me a long time to get there, but there he is. All right, Rob's in. Let's do this.
All right, guys. Put your quarters on the glasses. Live Rev5 here calling it with you. I appreciate everybody out there watching Kongs R Us. Check him out on the weekends where he does the family edition. Awesome show. We're also watching The Code Always Wins, Rob2D, bringing the heat. We are playing a first to three exhibition match. This is like throwing midgets up against a wall wearing a Velcro suit. You're just trying to see how high you can get right now. We're going to get to three. That's where we're at. Kongs R Us versus Rob2D. Keep in mind, these guys are on their major accounts. Kongs R Us is a gold level. Rob's going to come in like a leprechaun and steal that gold. Rob is starting off. He's playing out with his Ryu and Wolverine team with Colossus backing him up. Kong slams down Peter Parker like a piece of trash. Kong is repping that Parker with Morgan. Oh, and he gets his clean shaven by Ryu. Jab fierce into the Hadouken. Can't combo that. Kong is down. Spider-Man is dead. Kong is forced to bring in the hoe of all hoes, Morgan, who's ho-ho-hoing all over Ryu's face right now. Ryu down to about 30%. Does he tag out? He leads him in. She sits on his face with her ass really quick. Almost finishes him off. Eats him up with Colossus. He is down. Morgan against Wolverine. Wolverine knows how to handle the hose. Let me tell you, this Canadian has the way with the women. Can he beat Morgan is the question. As he dashes in using a drill claw, he gets his face sat on again. Morgan loves sitting on the face of her opponents. It's something kind of weird about it. But we're from, Japanese games. They like seeing some crazy shit. And one of them's right there. Another Soul Eraser bouncing off the Colossus. Rob2D has to figure out that when he's dashing aggressive, he's opening himself up, and Kong is capitalizing with the Colossus combo.
I can't play seriously.
That is it. That is it. Morgan and Wolverine. Kong takes the first game. First to three in the series, guys. Kong is up 1. You guys, dude, I don't know how you guys can play with my dumb ass talking. I appreciate those of you out there.
Actually, during the tournament, I had to kind of turn it off because I'll start laughing and I can't think about the match. But I like this right now because whatever, everybody's watching. So
here we go, guys. Game number 2 Kong has kicked Rob into the kitchen and said, bitch, I like my eggs cooked scrambled. I like my bacon extra crispy, and I want you paying for the bill afterwards. And Rob says, no, I'm not your hoe. I don't hold on to your pocket, and you ain't eating my fruit cocktail. No soaps are being dropped in this shower room. Kong is going to tell him that is, in fact, what's going to happen. Kong's Spider-Man right now, going on a beatdown just like last time. He's blocking with his face, and it's not working out well as Rob2D breaks his foot off in Spider-Man's ass. Again, the aggressive dash from Strider cost him a super to the face. She is running like a dirty hoe. Rob2D catches her mid-air and slashes that bitch. Again, Colossus into the Soul Eraser. Kong almost mashes those buttons like a 4-year-old sitting in an arcade. Strider is alive and out. Holy shit, Ryu is brought in. A guard break doesn't happen. He push block in the air. You saw the delay. The delay causes a guard break, but unfortunately, he kept in the block stun, so it kept going. Spider-Man in the corner, not liking Ryu. Homeless Ryu throws Peter Parker down. He's almost dead. Parker at 1% life, tags in Morgan, who gets her jaw wrung right away by Homeless Ryu, saying, you got $1? She says, get off me. Throws the Colossus, throws the super, misses. Homeless Ryu stands back and does nothing. Right now, he tagged in Strider off a double super. Strider's in against this hoe. He's got to be able to close the gaps. No orbs to throw on. 5 Colossuses for Rob2D. Rob2D is allergic to Colossus right now. He doesn't want to use them. He just wants to get hit by him. Ryu is all by himself in his homeless tent, watching this hoe slap the shit out of him. Man, she's all over him, not letting him get anything done. She's sitting on his face. He finally called the Russian out. The last Colossus was used by Kong. She falls into a super Hadouken. She's down to 15%. Rob2D may get chipped out on Soul Eraser. Holy shit, Spider-Man gets tagged in, and Spider-Man gets sent right back to the Bronx like a dirty little bitch. Ryu says, hey, lady, I asked for $1. I'm trying to buy some beer. And she says, get the hell away from me, you homeless bastard. Game 2 is in the match. Kong is up. Rob2D cannot break this momentum right now. What will happen next? God bless. Sorry.
That's such a good match, dude. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. I can't get over it.
I've lost half your audience, Kong. They're turned off to my craziness. I apologize.
It's
We're just overwhelmed, man. We're just completely overwhelmed by the greatness.
There it is. There it is. Kong versus Rob2D. This is the moment for Rob to pull his sack out, let it hang down, and say, I belong at the big boy table. And Kong says, little boy, get
nice.
this. As Spider-Man beats the monkey
chance
shit
now.
out of Strider right now. Colossus hits, doesn't, oh my God, he picked him up off the ground. OTG'd with the maximum spider. Mega Man is in trying to run. Rob2D, pressure from Kong. I told you guys, Kong Spider-Man is a bitch. He'll get up in that ass and not leave you alone. Spider-Man maximum spiders. Mega Man dodges, calls out the wrong move, misses the input, and Spider-Man continues to punish. That was a missed drill. For sure, Kong should be dead right now, but he is not. Mega Man is still alive. Gets him right there with the beat plane, and Spider-Man dies. Rob2D gets some redemption as the dirty hoe Morgan is called in. As Morgan does nothing but run like a dirty bitch, Mega Man cannot outrun her at this point. He hits the Megazord Mega Man, but not enough damage. That is it. Kong is done. Game 3 in the bag. Kong's our us. Takes it, guys.
That was freaking awesome. So I'm so glad that Rev still has, or not Rev, FightersEVO has Blazt. You have access to add in all those different chats. So appreciate you following along. But man, Rob, you had me. You almost had me several times. So, but look at the quality of the stream. Like, just to go back to what we've been doing, right? So the whole point of this is that Rev can call the match on a stream, and seriously, it's just amazing to know that we can have high quality matches and have Rev's commentary, the legendary commentary of Rev 5. Put your quarters on the glass, really showcasing the talent. Like, there's so much fun playing with these guys. I'm on the cab almost every night. If you guys ever want to find me, happy to play anybody. Doesn't matter what level you are. But we have some fun with some community folks that run away from people. But Rev, like, in terms of doing commentary, like, why do you like doing this so much? Like, you do it every Friday. I know that this is a passion for you, but like, do you have goals of doing this, and do you love calling the match? Because you always seem like you're having a good time with this.
Yeah, I try to. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I enjoy what we're doing. It's just fun as hell to watch this. This is old school for me. I remember back in James games, you know, we would be yelling at each other in each other's face, and it was the era of Michael Jordan, right? So for us, it was all about having fun and really bringing out the community and making sure that there was engagement, even back in the day. So doing it now, I love what I do. I went to school. My undergrad was broadcasting, so I never really put it to use. And again, thanks to you, you really motivated me and inspired me to come on out. And, you know, my wife told me, hey, you're really good at like shit talking. You really ought to put it online. And listening to you.
So
and
that's
like,
really, so we all owe it to the wife. Oh, wow. Okay. So I have to talk to the wife now and give her the kudos. Like she was the one that made it happen. Okay.
No, it's been really good though. So the community has been fantastic. The support has been great. And, you know, ultimately the things that I say, like, it blows me away, because people are like, yeah, the crazier you get, the funnier it is. And for me, it's like, okay, this is completely opposite of what I do in my normal life. So for me, it's a release. It's a way for me to be someone that I don't get to be most of the day.
Nice. Complete activity is like, did you just beat me again, Rob? Did you put an L on my record? No, I was kidding. You got the easy W. He took me down a couple of notches. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I had like
you had to get out, because I mean, that's the other thing. So Arcade1up is not perfect, right? Because when you end matches and things and people leave, there's this weird like leveling up system. So don't pay attention to the levels as much, right? Like Rev, I know you have some feelings about that, right? But we're here to have mostly a good time for what you see. But otherwise, yeah, the Arcade1up leveling system. Do you have any thoughts about it really quick before I go to the next topic, or are you good?
Yeah, I just think, you know, there's a better system out there. You know, they built it off gamification and leveling, like it's a World of Warcraft kind of system. Yeah. And unfortunately, that just doesn't work well for somebody who is your skill versus skill, and you got 99 seconds to prove it.
Yeah. Yeah.
May I say something? Rob can actually fill you in on the origins of that ranking system on the Code Always Wins, because we don't have time today, right, Kong?
Yeah.
But my buddy Rob2D has actually told us how the ranking system was.
You've broken it down?
He's actually informed its origins and where Arcade1up has gotten that stuff. Kind of. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to.
You can make some.
It's a lab leak. It's a lab leak from Wuhan.
Yes, it is.
Like
this guy.
You can make some inferences, but in all seriousness, like I have an idea of at least part of it, where the user system comes from.
So. All right, cool. Well, check it out. Mad Dad says, please come on, y'all sub to the Cold Always Wins. I will definitely be plugging this channel out there. And, you know, you have some fans now. You've made a lot of good fans, Rob, FightersEVO. I'm sure you guys are fans of Rev's commentary. So please check out FightersEVO. Put your quarters on the glass Friday nights. Blazt is doing stuff as always. In fact, Blazt put together this awesome preview. Check it out, guys, because it's happening tomorrow.
Check it out.
Silent Ninja versus Eddie Good. Marvel versus Street Fighter.
This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really good high action.
We're going to see if Vegeta lives up to it.
So this is happening tomorrow night, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on FightersEVO YouTube channel and Twitch, right? You guys also have a Twitch going on.
Yep. We also have a Facebook, actually. We need some love on Facebook, guys.
And some Facebook. Wherever you want to find FightersEVO, that's where they're at. So check it out. That was Blast's work. He does a lot of great graphic design stuff and the video stuff. So, I mean, if you're a fan of that quality of the content, and even the work that he put into doing the tutorials for how to get good, it was really good. If you look back at our older streams, there's going to be a lot of great content from FightersEVO for everything. So if the Big Blue comes out, Blast, I hope you have some Street Fighter 2 tutorials, some Darkstalker stuff happening. I know we're big Marvel vs. Capcom fans, but you have a lot of people in the fighting game community that want to get good with you. So appreciate the work that you're doing. Any last words, Blast, that you want to mention about tomorrow's stream?
Try to be there, guys. Don't miss out. It's going to be a lot of good action, good calling by our buddy Rev. And if you like what you saw today, you're going to get more of that. And you're going to see two legendary players play. Eddie Good has been around. We all know him in the Arcade1up community.
Yep.
Silent Ninja, this man, He's
new.
behind the scenes. He's more of a Fightcade player that's come on to the actual cab to show, hey, I can play on the cab as well. So Silent Ninja actually, he leveled up pretty quick. He's a red rank now.
Yeah.
This guy, he may be silent, but he's deadly. That's for sure.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a great matchup. I have lost lots of times to Silent Ninja when he was a low rank guy, and I was like, oh man, and then like completely knocked me down to blue or purple or something.
Wow.
But yeah, he's awesome. So thanks, Blazt, for coming on. Rob, any last words you want to mention about the Code Always Wins, other things you got going on?
Yeah, so right now I'm about to start producing a lot of content, just things that I've been researching for the last like 2.5 months to an extremely unhealthy degree outside of work. And like, if you guys can check it out, the Code Always Wins on YouTube. I'd really, and Kong, thank you for having me on. Blazt and Rev, I really love the tournament. Everybody watch that tournament tomorrow because these guys are really good, and the quality of the WCW Undertaker announcement is just too much. So you will love it.
And they're using, I mean, you guys have gotten used to watching me do this on StreamYard. So you see this format, but they've been using a new program called OBS Ninja, and the format that Blazt and Rev, you guys do it, the tournament looks good, how you guys have it set up.
We're still testing that stuff. It's all new.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, we probably thank you, Kong, actually, for allowing us to do this.
Yeah.
Because we're going to probably do this with StreamYard.
Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah.
We wanna keep it, going. We don't want any interruptions or any issues for the tournament, so we're gonna go with our old method. But
good old StreamYard, good stuff.
We're going to go with that, and then happy to share how that works once we have it all figured out as well, so that other people can start doing the same things and joining up, building.
All right, Rev, last words, anything you want to say?
Yeah, for everybody out there, thank you. Looking forward to you guys watching tomorrow. We're going to be bringing the heat. This Marvel versus Street Fighter tournament truly is the battle of the millennial versus the Gen Z. Each one of them are expecting to win. They're entitled to win. They think that the other person is they're gonna get microaggressed if they don't win. You don't want to miss this tournament tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Microaggressive, we know. We know.
Oh, the teabagging, the disrespect that these young'uns have.
No, I have to say some of them. I don't know. I've watched some of those games, and I think the beginning was like that, but the man has humbled up, and I think has respect as well. So speaking to him one-on-one, I've gotten to know him a little bit better too. So he's pretty good. He's pretty good. All
right. Well, thank you guys all for watching The Next Level. We'll see you guys next time. Otherwise, check it out. I'll be doing the pinball show tomorrow. Watch me at Captain's Auctions. I know Rev's going to be checking that out because Stern Pinball is legit. See you guys next time. Rob, hang out afterwards. See you guys later. Bye.
Take care, guys. Thanks.